I mean, you could just hear that ball sizzling in the air.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long effort.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Play action. It's Wilson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Saquon Barkley with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Jones. This one caught by Isabella. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Throwing, Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
What are y'all doing?
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's it if you come to a point and they don't take it? Because this group, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. To Barkley on the check down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Jets at 3-4 on the year coming into play. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get advantage that way.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Option play, and Wilson's going to run with it.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for the first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. These two teams all tied after one. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Again, Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
After the sack on first down, Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A first down carry for Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So one drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Counter, it's Stevenson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw going to be caught by Davis.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Stevenson.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. Jones.
Getting the football to Davis on an out route.
That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run with Stevenson.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this one is right through.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, trying to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity to push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run.
Where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes.
The move on 1st down. Here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours. And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch. Looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Never make the mistake with the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here. They're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
To throw again. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Marcus Jones picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point forthcoming. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At the 20.
61.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Decker who picks it, and the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive, and his throw here's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. Touchdown, Patriots.
Gabriel Davis.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finished off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. He finds Ross. Right side. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's the Jets punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Jones on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter, and the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Jones. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing Jones.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd down and 7.
Let's go.
They go play action now. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Jets are right back in this football game. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Tackled by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Play action. Jones.
Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Jones keeping it on the sneak. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 118 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Now Wilson. Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Here's Wilson. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Jones. And that is incomplete. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this one is incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
First throw in overtime now for Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's the Jets punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Jones. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Stevenson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Stevenson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Jones' turn in overtime. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 151 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over above 50 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before. We've seen guys maybe hyperventilate a little bit when it's their opportunity. Not in this situation. They executed it calmly, and they really got it done.
And now they're set up in prime position. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
So it'll all come down to the booming line leg of Greg Zuerlein. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Jets,
they level their mark at 4-4 on the year.
And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.